Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Let's talk soccer. Let's talk soccer algorithms and how to update them. Um, so there are many different soccer algorithms. Bundesliga, English Premier League, La Liga, Liga MX, Liga One, Serie A, and there's more actually. There's MLS and also Champions League, right? So there's a lot in here, and they're all individual files that feed back into this main one. And I've started sending out this package to people that have supported the algorithm. If you want a copy of all this, contact me. But I'm gonna charge a significant amount of money for this because it requires a lot of updating, and I'm gonna have to do videos explaining how all this works. And it's going to take a lot of my time even when I'm not following it. So I'll put a price on it at a later date. But basically, this is the start of the video series about how do you update this. And we're going to also update English Premier League today because there are games. So I've already done basically all of the other leagues updating. But what I want to talk about is how do you know it's ready, and what do you have to do here? So let's look at just the English Premier League games. They've been off for a while because of the Queen's passing and an observance. So a lot of the injury report for the English Premier League was a lot shorter than it had been. I guess it gave people a couple weeks to get better, right? So after you bring in the injury report from RotoWire, right? English Premier League here, injury report. I already did that. Then you go to the English Premier League lineup sheet. This is where we are right here. And they're going to start posting expected lineups and confirmed lineups throughout the day. You have to copy this, okay, Control A and Control C, all the lineups here. Then you're going to go into your English Premier League algorithm. And here in the daily lineup sheet, this is the area that you're going to need to replace. So you can just clear contents on that and then paste the new set of lineups. Now we're going to make sure that it goes down all the way, that the formula is in orange on the left here, that they go down as far as this goes down. That looks good. Then after we do that, we're going to refresh this pivot table over here, and the lineups are going to change. And we're going to see if there are any errors showing up right here where there's a name here. Okay, that's how we know that we have somebody we need to work on or add. So if there's a name here and a name here, it's fine. If there's an error here and no name here, that's fine. It's this is something we have to do. Kurzawa. So this is on Fulham or whatever. Kurzawa, this guy has to be added into the matrix. It says he's not in the matrix right here. So we're going into the matrix sheet and we're going to start adding people that are not showing up. So let's see who else there is here. This guy, EPL. Okay, add him. See what else we got. No, fine, fine, fine. The rest of these games are expected lineups for the future, but I do like to get all the names taken care of as fast as possible because we do need to have all the names taken care of. But right now, this is how we're doing the lineups. There may be other ways we do them in the future, but this is how we're doing them right now. So this name, Jan Bednarek, Bednarek, is a full name. You just have to get the non-breakable space out of the front of it. As you can see, this person's actually already in here. Whenever this gets highlighted, that means the name's already in here. So here's what we have to do. So we search the two names. Oh, interesting. This person might have got traded. Let's check and see who they play for. Bednarik plays for Aston Villa now. So what happened was there's probably a trade here. So we're going to put the abbreviated name here, and also AVL is the team, not Southampton. So that we can get rid of this record, and then we just have this record, and there's no more pink, meaning there's no more duplicate names showing up. Last person, Kurzawa. Search them just to get their full name. It's L or R. It's Fulham. It's Levian, right? Fulham. And then add that name right here. Okay. So now we've done a lot of lineup work. And now we're gonna there's some formulas in here related to the abbreviated player name. So one thing you can do is you can see where all the names stop and where we haven't matrix people. I always go in and I copy this and paste values to get rid of the formulas because this is a correct abbreviated name that has showed up there now. And the rest are errors. And these are people that haven't played yet or haven't shown up on a roster yet since I started doing this. And they just, whoops, they just have the error because we don't know what their abbreviated name is yet. So that's why that happens. Now we go check the cube and make sure that our rosters look good. Nope. We got a problem. We only got 9 guys on Aston Villa, and 10 guys on Fulham. So why is that happening? Even though that's probably good enough. Well, I'll tell you why it's happening. If you go to player stats and you search Aston Villa's players, what you're going to see is here you're going to see injury status and lineup starting. So why do we have this person starting when they are out? Okay, something like this. Or is this person starting because they're listed as game time decision? Why do we have this person starting? Because they are out. The answer is they're actually not starting. Okay, if you look at the cube, it says there are only 9 guys on Aston Villa's lineup that are being recorded. Who are those 9 guys? Those are going to be the healthy ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those are the 9 people that are contributing to the projection of Aston Villa. Now we'll talk in future videos about what to do with these game time decision people. And this person is not starting. They are actually out. So they're not being included, even though it says starting. The way the formula works in here is that it is looking at whether or not the person is starting and healthy. That's what it says up here in the code. So they have to be starting and healthy to be included. As you can see, you get a C-score of 0 with the game time decision people and the out people. That's how you know they're not being included. All right. So technically, game time decision, I think, probably could be included because they're showing up in the lineup. So, all right, that's enough talk about lineups because they are really frustrating, but we will eventually get them right. So we're pretty much good, I feel like. Here we're adding a couple 0.2 of a point for Aston Villa and 0.1 of a point for Fulham. We're adding to the score because we're short guys here, but whatever. All right, so that's English Premier League. And once you save this, you can close it out, or you can just go into the Soccer Max picks. Let's see what happened here and if the scores changed slightly. I know that the lineup counts are going to change, right? All right, so now we have this, and these are the projections that we've got. So underdog Southampton, slight favorite Fulham, and doesn't think these games will be draws, but think they're going to be low scores. Yeah, well, barely 2-0, barely 2-0 in both instances. All right, so that is the crux of how you update the lineups and the injury report. There's other areas you have to update, like the team stats and player stats at the end of the weekend. And I'll do more extensive videos showing how you do that as well and any little inconsistencies that happen with that. But that's basically it. So you can close out of EPL and you have your entire day of soccer here on the 16th. And just a quick review of anything look interesting on this list today. Well, it's predicting only 1 draw, and that's in the Bundesliga game. Bundesliga had a really rough week last week, though. You got a really close game that Puebla is supposed to be Tigres Toluca is supposed to crush Mazatlan, and they're an underdog. So that's pretty interesting for Liga MX. Toluca did win the other day when the algorithm had them as well. There's your Southampton. There's your Fulham. So good lines all over the place. Cadiz looks terrible against Valladolid in La Liga. So low scoring game that Valladolid should win 1-0, it says. Valladolid. Liga 1, 2-0 Lorient. Also, the lines are not bad for that, given it says 2-0. And then Serie A, Salernitana, very reasonable line for what looks like a 3-0 or 3-1 game. All right, so that's the update. We'll be doing more soccer work, but I'm gonna get on the rollerblade train and go check out Green Bay. That's what we're doing this morning. I'm tired though, but what are you gonna do? All right, guys. Good luck, everybody. I'll send out the English Premier League algorithm to those that have subscribed to that, and may all your picks be winning.